12 lessons I learned after being an entrepreneur in the real world that I wish I had learned a heck of a lot earlier. When you're young and in your early 20s, you don't know what you don't know, and you don't have the skills or the experience to create massive value, which ultimately drives high income and high net worth. When you come out of your 20s, you're established, you've got experience, you got a track record, and you figure out what works, and maybe even more importantly, what does not work. So if you can take the frameworks I'm going to share with you today, you can fast track the skill and experience gap to go further, faster, and ultimately make far more money. Let's break it all down. Okay. I understand the growth cycle of entrepreneurship. I want to explain it to you. It looks like this: failure, followed by learning, followed by success, followed by complacency, followed by failure. It is not linear, so it's not just straight across. Okay. It's a circular loop, and it just keeps going and going and going. The goal is not to escape this cycle. It's not to avoid failure, but it's to move through this cycle quicker and faster. Okay. So failing quicker, I want you to think of as learning faster. We all think that failing is a bad thing, but when you look at failing and you can distill lessons and experience and gain wisdom from it, that's how you learn. So you don't make those same mistakes again, and you're a better entrepreneur with better experience that you can apply to each new experience going forward. So let's reframe that failure is not bad. It's merely learning. Next up, you're paying an ignorance tax every day. You just don't know this. The gap between what you make right now, what your income is, and what you want to make is the cost of your current view of reality. Let me break this down for you. Successful people that make more aren't special. They can just visualize where they want to go, and then they can develop a tactical roadmap on how to get there and then focus long enough to make it a reality. People get bored so easily, and a huge part of success is the ability to be consistent over an extended period of time, which leads me to the next one. Stop quitting. The minute you think about exit strategies, the minute you've already lost. If you've got a backup plan to your first primary plan, you've already got one foot out the door and you've already failed. Champions are all in, and they know and consider this the only one way to their vision. When you feel like you're quitting, I want you to consider what I call the 10,000 hour rule, which many people have heard of. It's very well known. If you work 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, it's going to take you approximately 5 years to reach a level of proficiency at any one thing. This could be leadership. This could be entrepreneurship. This could be sales skills. It could be bodybuilding. It applies to all of it. Most people simply quit far too early on, and they never get past the point of generating compounded momentum from consistency. Compounded momentum is massively underrated. It means that what I did today is built on and expanded by what I did yesterday. And done over a period of years, this is where massive, massive change and transformation occurs. Next up, do not sideline health for your wealth. This is going to be very tempting to you. It's going to be to go work 12 to 15 hours a day to accelerate the pace with which you can go from point A to point B in your growth. I've made this mistake, but you can and you must do both at the same time if you want to last. It's very possible. This requires massive intentionality and planning and time management. But being fat and lethargic is absolutely miserable. And if you're going to be loaded and fat, loaded with money, your life is going to still suck. Okay. So no amount of money is going to buy you happiness if you are miserable and unhealthy. I recommend lifting weights 3 to 5 times a week, do some cardio 3 to 5 times a week, go for walks outside, get some sun, and eat clean about 90% of the time. And when you eat, look at that food as fuel, not as something for taste 90% of the time. 10% of the time, go eat what you want, enjoy life, go out for happy hour, things like that, but keep it in moderation. Which leads to the next one. Speaking of happy hour, alcohol and drugs will ruin your trajectory. When you're in your 20s, it seems like everyone is out partying and having a great time. With this often comes drugs and lots of alcohol. Our society has normalized alcohol consumption at an extreme level. This is what average people do. But you don't want to be average. You want to be elite, and you want to make elite level money. So you need to start doing the opposite of what everyone else is doing that is average. So basically do the exact opposite of what you see the masses doing. And most of the time, you're going to be on the right track. I was that boring ass guy that went to bed at 9 p.m. in my 20s, got up at 4 a.m. and worked my ass off while my friends partied. This is going to be very hard for you to actually do in reality because you're going to get FOMO, fear of missing out. You see all your friends partying, having a good time. You see the pictures on Instagram. You feel like you're completely missing out on this chance to experience your 20s as you should be experiencing it. But if you want to be extremely successful and at a very young age, this is the cost of admission. When I see these people now that were partying in their 20s, we're in our 40s now, we have two very different lives and realities. We're the result of these small decisions or that were seemingly small at the time that we ultimately made. That leads me to the next point. Live well below your means. Don't take on stupid debt. A car loan is totally fine if it's reasonable. I like the economics of a Tesla. Both my wife and I drive one because we don't want gas bills. We don't want oil change bills, things like that. But don't take on, like $1,000 a month car payment on a truck or some expensive car. You're not at that point in your career yet. Also, don't take on a monster mortgage in your 20s. I had a $5,400 mortgage at 21 years old. And it was a nightmare. It was basically like a prison sentence making that payment every single month and cutting that check. So stay away from that. Keep your monthly debt structure low. Don't blow money on ridiculous things. Instead, live on a budget no matter how much you make. So don't scale your lifestyle to your income. This is a mistake that so many real estate agents make and other entrepreneurs and business owners as well. And this is what keeps them broke is, hey, they had a budget when they're making $10,000 a month that worked at $10,000 a month. Now they're making $30,000 a month and they're somehow spending $30,000 a month. So they're not actually increasing their net worth at all. They're just living a better lifestyle. So that's not the goal. The goal is to increase your net worth drastically over a short period of time and to develop long-term wealth. So with that comes some discipline when it comes to spending and budgets, okay? But remember, it's not what you make for money, it's what you actually keep at the end of the month that matters. So the simple formula, income minus expenses equals the rate at which you stockpile cash and accumulate wealth. That leads me to the next point. Invest in the markets early. Compounded interest is your friend. Start investing 10 to 15% of what you make each year and get invested with a solid financial advisor or learn how to trade stocks yourself. I don't recommend mutual funds, but talk to a solid financial advisor and they can get you pointed in the right direction, blue chip stocks or trading it yourself in stocks that you feel comfortable in. But get your money working for you. Get that passive income created now and get that nest egg to start building and compounding. If you consistently do this, it's going to short circuit your path to your millionaire status. It won't be a matter of if, it's simply a matter of when you hit that number. So have that money automatically pulled out each month so it is simply gone. Next, you should learn sales skills. Sales skills is going to pay you more money than just about anything else. You're talking doctor level money without needing a college degree or needing to go to med school. It's huge, okay? You don't have to go take on $600,000 or $700,000 of student loan debt to make this kind of income. You can make a 7-figure income off of sales if you're really fucking good, okay? So cars, insurance, real estate, all of it is good, but life is all about sales, and a killer sales skill set is going to make you far more money than any college degree. When I got into real estate, I became obsessed with mastering conversational frameworks and persuasive language patterns. When you become truly badass at sales, you open the door to an enormous and huge income. It's virtually unlimited. Next up, have high standards for your social circle. You're going places. You cannot be surrounded by people that are not in values alignment with who you are, that aren't going anywhere. So as soon as you know a friend is not in alignment, look at their actions, not their words, by the way, start creating space. You will rise or fall to the level of people you surround yourself with. I want to be surrounded by people that are wealthy, that are healthy, that are positive. And if you're negative, if you're broke, if you make bad decisions continually, if you are over-consuming alcohol and drugs, I don't want to be around you. You're out of my circle, you're out of my inner circle, and I'm not going to spend time with you. That's just like a hard line I have, and it's one that I recommend that you have as well. Hang out with losers, you're going to be the next loser. Hang out with champions, you're going to be the next champion. Next up, invest in the right coaches. This is truly the cheat code to go from point A to point B much faster. So many people ask me, like, Mike, what is the number one thing that you've done to get to where you're at as fast as you got there? And it's been coaching. It's to have the right coaches in different areas of my life at the right time, guiding me and directing me. I'm very particular about who I hire, and so should you be. And my criteria to hire a coach is that they should have done what I want to do or have coached lots of other people on how to do it. Think Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick was not an NFL level quarterback like Tom Brady was, but he could coach the Patriots to championships year after year after year. So he had a proven track record. So I'm okay with the Bill Belichick type coach anywhere in life if they've done that with other people. If they've coached other people to do what I want to do, that's awesome. If they've done it themselves, that's even better. But then be a ruthless implementer of what these people tell you. Be coachable. So many entrepreneurs are not coachable. They think they know it all. They hire a coach and they ignore all of the guidance and frameworks these coaches give them. And so they make no progress. They think they know better. But don't hire a coach unless you're prepared to actually listen to them and be open to having the way that you think be challenged. Because the way that you think, the way that you process information, the way you make decisions is your limiting glass ceiling right now. It's keeping you from getting to where you want to go. A good coach is going to quickly identify that. They're going to shift your mindset and help you see what's possible on the other side of that. The minimum coaches that I like is a diet and fitness coach to write my diet, to tell me what to do in the gym. I tell them what my goal is for my physique. They do the rest of the planning. And then business coaches. I have a coach for We have a coach for YouTube. We have a coach for Instagram. We have a coach for general business. I recommend at least having a business coach and a diet fitness coach. You probably don't need all those specialties of coaches, but at least having those two, the diet and fitness and the business, will definitely help you a lot. And out of each one of those, you should expect to have a lot of accountability, and you should expect them to give you the proven roadmap of getting what you want to build. Next up is get a mentor or two. And this is different than a coach. These are people that have been where you want to go. They're usually quite a bit older than you, but they want to give back and pour into you. I can tell you that very successful people are stingy on their time, but we will gladly give it to the right people that actually implement. Do not ask these people to pick their brain. Don't ask them to go grab coffee. They don't have time for that shit. Simply start to cultivate a relationship with these people and get onto their radar. It could be through social circles. It could be through network events, whatever it's going to be, but start to build a relationship with these people. This is going to open doors that you never thought even existed. Next up is hire leverage as soon as you can afford it. Leverage is how you buy back your time. I recommend reading Dan Martell's Buy Back Your Time book to understand all these frameworks. But the first thing is start with Instacart. Instead of going grocery shopping, do all of your grocery shopping on Instacart. Buy back about 2 hours a week. Landscaping. Stop doing your own landscaping. Hire it out. Again, it's going to buy you back a few hours per week, if not 5 to 10 hours per month, depending on what your house is like. A house cleaner. Get a house cleaner to come through every week or every 2 weeks. Stop cleaning your own house. Spend that time on income producing activities. And then the last one, the easy one, is meal prep. You can order meal preps through like megafitmeals.com. You can have somebody come into your house and prep these foods fresh, whatever you want to do, but stop prepping your own food, but also still eat on your diet. Eventually, these things will graduate into things like a full-time assistant, which would be like a W-2 employee, a full-time media person, a full-time house manager. This is going to buy back your time, and it's going to amplify your impact so you can spend your time on the most important things that generate lots of money, lots of impact, and ultimately the money follows impact. So here's the truth. Hard truth is I learned most of these lessons the hard way over 23 years in the trenches of business. And the agents, the entrepreneurs who are winning right now, they aren't more talented than you. They just got these lessons in earlier. So if you want to compress that timeline, the courses Rachel and I have built for agents will give you our proven processes and systems that helped us scale to 1,600 home sales over the last 8 years. Our buyer and listing agent masterclass is 58 modules long. You can even get an editable version of our proven buyer and listing presentations that we've used to sign hundreds of clients. The link is down below. Also, if you're an agent anywhere in Canada or in the US, we're at REAL Brokerage. We've been there since 2021. We're one of the OGs of the company, and we sponsored agents from all corners of the country to come to REAL. If you want that mentorship and direct access to us, that link is down below to learn more. Of course, like, share, subscribe to this video. I release a new one each week so you don't miss the next one.